locally in the community. Make sure y'all go check out Kneecap Body by Jeremy Campbell.
That's right. It's Friday night. My normal show, the Lions Fan Cave Chat, here on Kneecap Biting with the Motor City Lions, and also on Football Talk Main Event 365, going live into Facebook, Twitter, YouTube. Check us out. We're everywhere. And we got good evening from Fred Peterson. How you doing there, Fred? Welcome in. Welcome in. As you can see, it's just like the morning show. No one else wants to talk football. Fuck it. Dan and I will.
Yeah, dude, I'm down to talk football all the time. They don't want to talk it, and fuck them. You know how I roll.
Well, the biggest news that I saw today is Tanner Engstrom interviewed with the Seahawks for the OC position. And the other big news is two teams tried to poach what I think is the most important piece other than Brad Holmes from our front office. And that was Matt Dunstall, our CFO, Chief Financial Officer. He's the one that's the capologist, keeps all the contracts to where they're very team friendly. The Patriots and the Commanders failed to get him, so he's right here. That speaks volumes that even the front office doesn't want to break up. Remember, John Dorsey turned down an assistant GM job last year to stay here.
Fucking John Dorsey. He did a great job in Cleveland.
King SJ comes in. Hi, Jeremy, and Dr. Fuck around and find out, Dan.
Yeah. How are you doing, King SJ? Hope you're having a good night.
Fred Peterson says, good evening, guys. Sorry, I was getting my string untangled on my can. I hate when my can gets all tangled up in a bunch of string. Makes it hard to go to the bathroom. Just kidding.
No. Oh my god.
Yeah, I went there. I'm awful. Don't mind me. But I think it's great that those guys have stayed. If Tanner Engstrom takes that OC job, I think that's huge because he is the guy that was slated to be the next in line to take over for Ben Johnson. And everybody says, well, if he leaves, who would it be if Ben Johnson goes? Everybody said, ooh, Scotty Montgomery. The fact that Scotty Montgomery, after 1 year, lost his run game coordinator job to a defensive line coach tells me Scotty Montgomery is not cut out for OC.
And here's the thing. Engstrom was offered OC positions all over the place. I think you're going to end up having to offer him more money if you want him to stay.
And Jalen Johnson's rumored Jalen Johnson's rumored contract to be wanted as a free agent is about 15.7, and he is a CB1. And I know he doesn't want to be with the Bears, but they could actually. Hey, look at this. Jersey guy, look at me now. I love it. What's up, Dom?
What up?
Oh, just happy to be here. What do you think about Tanner Engstrom possibly becoming the OC at the Seahawks? Because I have heard no news yet. So no news is not good or bad when it comes to people.
Well, he's white, so we won't get compensatory picks. No one noticed or wanted to comment on the fact that I'm wearing a shirt and tie.
Wow.
I just came from an award show.
Oh, okay. What award show were you
The
at?
Gauntlet, my podcast. It was the Gauntlet,
okay.
the yearly awards. Yeah, we
Okay.
all four of us wore shirts and ties.
Wow.
Then I was headed out. I was gonna go see Monkey, and then I had to stop and get gas, and he called me with the like lame but totally excusable, or the plausible excuse of, I'm old, I'm tired, I've been up since X amount of time. I'm like, me too. I'm not very much sleep. So I came home, and then I saw somebody was live somewhere with your podcast. I'm like, well, shit, let me jump on.
Yeah, Dom, you kind of have a commitment, motherfucker.
I don't know if it's a good or bad hire for Seattle, and I don't necessarily think it's a good or bad thing for Detroit if he leaves.
Well, they hired what's his name, Quinn, as the head coach, right?
And Quinn went to Washington.
Oh, Washington, my bad. Oh, so Washington doesn't want to win a Super Bowl.
Right.
Like, hey, we're going to hire a guy that already proved he can't win a Super Bowl with a big lead.
Exactly.
I don't know. I mean, honestly,
it Callahan that went to the Seahawks?
Who did they hire?
McDonald.
I can't even remember now. Or no, is that job still? No, McDonald.
Yep. The former DC of University of Michigan and the Baltimore Ravens.
Right. I mean, if he goes, he goes. If he stays, he stays. It's, I mean, like, I knew his name and I knew who he was for a while. I didn't know that he was a candidate to move on until the last few weeks. But, comes with the territory. When you're a good team, you lose coordinators and position coaches.
And I think it's huge that Matt Dunstall, I brought this up too, our capologist, interviewed to be the CFO, the chief financial officer for two other teams, being the Patriots and the Commanders, and he basically told them to F off.
Where the fuck is the rest of the fan cave?
I don't know where they're at.
We'll be on that bullshit.
Mm-hmm.
If I wasn't on my phone, I would text him.
No, that's okay. He says I have a headache and I don't feel good, so I'm going to bed. I worked all morning. So I was like, okay. I worked all day too. But anyways,
listen.
He actually is working, so that's a legit excuse.
I mean, I don't have to work in the morning, but I do have to be up. I got to.
Well, I closed the shop at 7:00, and I got to be back there at 8:30 to open. So I don't care. The show must go.
I got to be up by like 9.
I don't have that.
I got to take my car to my mechanic.
Saying, "Oh, I got to work in the morning. I'm not doing a show tonight, you guys."
I mean, if you had to work at like fucking 5 a.m. and the show was at 11, then I would understand. But it's goddamn, what time is it? Not even 10. Right. I mean, whatever. Life. I get it.
No, but you know what?
Even if it was at 5 a.m., you'd still be here.
I would still
be.
You're
right. I would. I've survived on much less sleep than I'm going to get tonight.
We both had to be up that one morning at 5 a.m. because when I first moved in here last year, remember, I was driving to Bay City.
Yep.
After the show, we talked till 2 a.m. And we said,
probably later than that.
We're working 3 hours.
Right.
And then we talked for another hour. Don't forget, guys, it is absolutely free to hit the like button, whether on Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, whatever. It helps us. It promotes our podcast. It gets the algorithm up for all those platforms to make this show be shown a little quicker. The reason why we do these is because we love doing it. It's not to get paid, but it'd be nice if we did.
Yeah, I would like to get paid. I'll do it for free in the meantime.
I've been doing it for free for 2 years now, and guess what? I keep spending more money every month because you know what? The show must go on, and I need more to do it.
Right? Yeah, it got to take money. Got to spend money to make money.
Amen.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure I'm past the 3-year mark just on the gauntlet, which means I'm creeping up on 4 years as far as like regularly podcasting. Which is crazy because goddamn, where did fucking 4 years go?
So, have you done any research into Terrell Williams, our new D-line coach and run game coordinator?
Not yet.
Okay. I did. And I went through and looked at his coachology report, when he first got into it. He first broke into coaching as being a D-line coach for a high school back in 1999 or 98 through 2000. Then he
Okay.
joined the college ranks, and he was a D-line coach there. And at one point, he was an assistant defensive coordinator, I think around 2004. Then he broke into the pro ranks as a D-line coach back in 2006. Uh, then he ended up with the Miami Dolphins, and in 2012, he had 2 children, but one of them died at 4 years old that year,
Oh,
and he
damn.
didn't take time off, which I think
Jesus.
is so the only thing I'm thinking is it had to have happened in the off season, because it was while
Right.
he was in Miami, and Miami has always had long off seasons for a long time.
Right.
And he was with them through Joe Philbin. When he was fired, he was an assistant to Dan Campbell. Basically, when Joe Philbin got
Oh,
fired,
Philbin.
the offensive coordinator got fired, the defensive coordinator got fired. You remember that whole thing when they all went, and then Dan Campbell took over. So he became from assistant defensive coordinator to defensive coordinator.
Right.
He's the one that got Cameron Wake and Ndamukong Suh to drop their penalties, both of them, to under 20 that season. And everybody says, "Oh, that's not a lot." When you're considering who you're talking about and how Sue
Right.
had 65 flags in 1 year with Detroit,
Right.
that's a huge drop off. Plus, he got them both to hit 15 and a half sacks that year.
Right.
That's 31
With
sacks
Cameron
between
Wake in the
two guys.
NFL.
I forgot that I haven't even thought about Cameron Wake in a long time.
Yeah, because remember, after Ndamukong Suh left the Dolphins, he disappeared.
Right.
He was out of the league 2 years later, if I remember right.
Yeah. 2 or
Don't
3.
forget, he was old fuck when he came into the league, though, because he came from the CFL.
Right. He didn't come from college to the pros. He went from college to CFL and back to the pros, right?
He went from college to the CFL, then to the NFL when he was like 27 or 28.
Yeah. So he had
So he
his,
had the tail end of his prime already.
right. Right.
Because we all know defensive line.
Hey, whatever. I mean, he had an NFL paycheck. I'd like one.
Oh, boy.
I'll take the veteran minimum. Shit, I'll grow my hair out into a mullet and be clipboard Jesus today.
Oh, so much for those. Don't like people talking about Grant in a sports chat.
Talking about what?
I'm here to help bless those who need it. I want to give grants to those that need money. Biggest scam on the Facebook. I thought.
Right.
You think we see Sue back in Detroit now for cheap? I think you're going to see Sue resign in Detroit when they're a Super Bowl winner for 1 day to retire.
Right.
I think that's exactly what you'll see. One thing that I've noticed is Sue hated the regime and the way things were going in Detroit at the time. He's never once said he hated the Lions.
Right. And understandably so with the regime.
Right. I mean, he went from short.
I've hated the regime for the vast majority of when I became a fan until when we hired Brad Holmes and Dan Campbell.
And there's 3 guys that stuck around from the Quinn Trasha era and have been helping this team. Hank Fraley,
Yep.
Ben Johnson, Matt Dunstall.
Yep.
Oh, make it 4, Dave Pitt.
Yeah.
All he hated is how they were treating him because he felt like because he was part of that group that got the great big contracts as rookies.
Yeah. That was the last year.
Yep, because that was the year that Sam Bradford was afraid that because Matt Stafford was hurt, that Detroit was going to take him.
Yeah, so he stayed in college for an extra year.
Stayed in college for an extra year
And got
cost
hurt
him
again.
$100 million. Think about that. How crazy is that? That he actually thought. How many times did everybody says that there's no way we're going offense in those first 2 picks that year that Sue came out? We all knew it was going to be either Gerald McCoy or Sue. It depended on who went number 1.
Right.
And in all actuality, if you look at it, Sue was the better pick.
Yeah. I called it on draft night because it was we were doing a fundraiser for my baseball team at the time. We're watching the draft, and I already knew the deal with the new CBA coming. He was getting that huge money, and I was like, this dude is a one contract and done, because either he's going to suck and we won't want to re-sign him, or he's going to be good and we won't be able to afford him.
And it wasn't even not able to afford him, because if you look at what he was making, if we'd have bumped that up to 17.5, he'd have stayed.
Yep.
And we had the cap room to do it. And everybody
He
says,
wanted to keep that money because no state income tax in Florida.
right.
So
no
really
state
it was.
So it took a $1.1 million increase.
Yep. No, so instead they let him go. They let Fairley go instead of just giving him a 1-year deal, because that's all he got for the last 2 years of his career post Lions. He signed a 1-year deal with it was the Rams and the Saints. I remember the order. He played for those two teams for 1 year each. Then he was out of the league.
Yep.
And I was like, just give him a fucking 1-year deal. That's all he's going to get anyways. Prove it. Brad Holmes is also a big proponent of the 1-year prove it deal. Chauncey Gardner-Johnson. He's not getting more than a 1-year prove it deal from me if I'm Brad Holmes. I told James Tatum, I'm like, you want him, you can have him back. I'm not signing him to a multi-year deal. Prove it. Stay healthy.
I'm going to add DC in because we haven't seen him in forever, and our Baltimore Lions fan is a good guy, and his Ravens are in the Super Bowl.
No, they're not.
Oh, that's right. They failed too. I had to go there. Sorry.
The
Hey, by
crazy
the way,
thing is, though, like we like they lost and we lost. Frisco got in. Baltimore stomped us and they stomped Frisco.
I'm going to play this live right now so everybody can hear it, so they can go back and see. Because of playoff results, none of them have been to the Super Bowl. So you can literally say that Lamar Romo, Dak Cousins, Kirk Prescott, and Tony Jackson are all the same quarterback.
No, Lamar's not even close to as smart as those other guys.
I think Lamar is trending in the right direction, and I've been a big detractor of him since he was in college.
Yes.
Sorry.
Catching an
This
echo
man is
off
out
of
at the bar.
DC. So, but yes, Lamar is trending in the right direction with a better coordinator, one that isn't letting him just run all over for the hell of it. It's more by design now. Daniil Hunter, 28 years old, about to be 29. Do we really want to overpay? I mean, yes, he was great, but that's with the Flores system. I don't know if we have that same system here in Detroit. What do you think, Dan?
If I feel I absolutely need a pass rusher, yes, I would either overpay for him or Josh Allen from Jacksonville, because I think Brian Burns is going to get franchise tagged.
And I think the same thing, Josh Allen. But Josh Allen is the guy I'd like because he's 2 years younger than that. I think he's 26 now because he came out.
Who's getting franchise tagged?
Brian Burns.
Brian Burns.
Probably, yeah.
What do you think about that, DC?
I say we've paid for enough pass rushers. We have Hutch, we have Houston. Draft one, we've overpaid for enough pass rushers.
We only signed Houston to a 1-year deal. He's a free agent.
Yep.
He was undrafted, man.
Right. But because we didn't no, Houston was drafted.
Like 6th, 7th round.
6th round, 7th round.
Yeah.
Late 5th,
Same
early
shit.
6th.
Same as undrafted.
No, it isn't.
I don't care.
No, it isn't. What happened was when they cut him to the practice squad and waived him and brought him back, that changed the exclusiveness of that rookie contract. Because of it, I almost say we get the edge. I want to go cornerback in free agency. When you take away 58.3, I say that if Ladarius Sneed or a Warrior from the Bengals do not get franchise tag, I want one of them more. If not, Adoree Jackson from the Giants, because they can't afford a franchise tag or sign him.
I would rather take a big swing in free agency at a corner than take a corner in the first round.
Exactly. That's where I'm getting at. The only guy in the first round that I want, no, there's two in the first round that I would want, and I think you got to be in the top 20 to get them, is either Kool-Aid McKinstry or Quinion Mitchell of Toledo.
Yep.
Terry and Armstrong.
I don't think he's going to fall past 15. I actually think he's better than Kool-Aid McKinstry myself.
So you're not drinking the Kool-Aid, right?
I don't know about a Mac corner.
It's
Well,
not a
I
Mac
know
corner that we're talking about.
That is the
Armstrong.
Mac, not the ACK. Because we had this conversation and I yelled at you the other night.
Yep.
Mac, not ACK. Cincinnati is ACK. Mac is like, who's that guy checking? Ball State's best receiver?
I don't know. Western Michigan's offense was pretty good, and he checked him.
Not in the first round. Not a corner in the first round. End of the first round, okay. Not a
It
Mac
is end of the
corner.
first round. Wait, it is end of the first round. That
I know, that's what I'm saying. A corner
Dom's
in the
not
end of
used
the
to
first
the
round,
Lions
okay.
having
not a Mac corner. Not an ACK corner.
I don't care who it is. If they're worth the pick, you grab them. I could care less about the division. We've seen Division II corners go in the first round late and show out.
True. I mean,
so at that point, once you get past the top 15, it doesn't matter.
It's like the NBA draft. It's a crapshoot. The whole thing is a fucking crapshoot.
I mean, even in the top 15, 38% of those bust.
Yep.
No, 38% hit. 62% of them bust, I should say.
Well, it's like when 5 quarterbacks go in the first round. One of them has a good career. The second one gets a second contract, but he's mostly a career backup, and the other 3 are absolute busts.
But in all actuality, I think at the senior bowl that's playing his way to a first round grade, because I actually watched some of those stuff. Devondre Sweat, the defensive tackle from Texas.
I'm good with him.
That guy is a beast. I've watched him.
I don't think he'll be there at 29.
Well, right now he's been slated as a mid to late day 2 pick. He's slowly moving up the board.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Yeah. I got to mute you, DC. That background noise is way too damn loud.
Here's the bar.
No, he said he was on his way home. He said he'd hop in. I agree. Grab them, but I think we need to get a shutdown CB in free agency. The 3 that I like, and I named them in order: Sneed, Aurier, Adoree Jackson. Any one of those 3 to be our CB1, and you can get them. And if Ryan Poles doesn't franchise tag him, if Jalen Johnson is available,
they're keeping him.
No.
I mean, well, it's the Bears, so they might not. They should.
Absolutely has been talking even since the season ended. He wants out of Chicago. It'll be stupid for them to keep want to be there.
Wouldn't you?
Well, yes, but why force a player to play where he doesn't want to be? He's not under contract.
That's what the franchise tag is for.
Well, there's 2 franchise tags. There's the one where you can let people trade for them, the transitional tag, and then there's the exclusive tag. The exclusive tag, you would be.
It's what? It's the average of the top 3, top 5 salaries at the position.
You're okay with paying 3 at 30? No, he's actually slated to make around 15.5 per year.
Who?
Jalen Johnson.
I bet Jalen Johnson himself would love to come here. Right about now, we're a pretty attractive free agent destination, are we not?
$15.5 per year. No terms. I just know that's what he wants. And it won't even make him. It wouldn't even make him the highest paid cornerback in the league. The highest paid cornerback in the league plays for Miami.
Yeah.
Jalen Ramsey,
right? Yep. What's his contract?
It was 18
I was
or
going to say
19.
17 or 18, right?
It was 19 or 18. And we are becoming a very attractive site for free agent. I mean, CJ Gardner-Johnson, what he did last year blew everybody's mind. By coming when Philly offered him to re-sign him at $13 million a year and he came here for 6.5, that was huge. You remember when Lions Wire broke it that we signed him and the rumored contract was like 13 or 14 million? And then when it was announced 4 hours later, it was 6.5 million. It floored everybody.
Yeah.
You say what you want, John Kapler. Top corners that are proven in vets are getting 15 as a starting salary for number one corners. Jalen Ramsey is 18.33 according to Spot Track, and that's who I checked.
As they say,
tend
the
to
cost
be
of
the
doing business.
So 15 million for a wide receiver one is about right. And you never know, he might sign here for less just to shove it into Chicago Bears faces.
Right.
There's a lot to it there. You say, "Oh no, I don't want to do that," but yet you want to throw 45 to 50 million at a quarterback that doesn't do anything other than throw the ball if everybody's good around him.
What
In a
about
run-based
Murphy Bunting
offense
from fucking Tennessee?
Barbara Black says hi, Jeremy. Oh, hello, Barbara.
Barbara, it's a good sheet, mate.
JB.
Home yet? Just a second.
What?
Yeah, AC,
I like Murphy Bunting.
Just too much background noise.
Wow, now I feel like I'm on my podcast, and that's JJ in Metro DC.
Well, he's in Baltimore. It's not much different.
Same shit. They're both Ravens fans. Baltimore. I mean, Washington it's been the murder capital. Baltimore has a very scuzzy underbelly.
The thing that Jalen wants most is out of Chicago. That's all I know.
He's like, I don't care. I'll play for free. Just get me out of here.
Jalen wants a bag, more than a ring. From the interview I heard, he stated he wants to be the highest paid CB in the league. He said not one word about winning games. He may want to be the highest paid, but he told me he wants 15.5. That is not the highest paid.
He wants. I don't blame him. Like, he's coming off a rookie contract, correct?
And he's played like a top 15.
I'd be asking for the most money. It's probably gonna be his only big contract, unless he just ends up being sweet until he's in his 30s. You know what I mean?
Right. He'll
Someone
probably
will pay him.
He's going to get a 3 or 4 year deal. It's going to be about $60 million.
Who's at the top of the list for cap space? It's shitty teams.
Chicago.
Wait,
Chicago, the Browns.
The Browns.
Okay, Fred Peterson. No, Jalen Ramsey. He's good, but not that good. He had better numbers than Jalen Ramsey this year.
Jalen Ramsey's best years are a few years behind him.
Mm-hmm.
He did the same shit though. He got a good deal coming off of his rookie deal, and he's still good. But it's like when you get top dollar for 4 or 5 years, like the last couple, it's going to be like, did we overpay him? Like, no, You paid him what he was worth at the time.
I'm saying while playing, if you look at his game stats, Jalen Ramsey had worse numbers PFF wise. If you look at
he did.
PFF, he was worse.
Oh,
way
yeah.
worse.
Jalen Johnson was amazing this year.
Yeah, he had top 15 numbers. There was
He's due that big payday. I don't know about from us.
He had that 6-week stretch where he had top 10 numbers.
Right.
So he's top 15 overall throughout the season. Top 15. You go to the bottom guy and he's on a vet contract already. Guess how much he makes? 14.8. 15 is going to be the average with the salary cap going up.
Somebody will overpay for him.
And Jalen made All-Pro. You're absolutely right, James Burgess.
What about Steve Nelson from the Texans? He's quietly had a good 2 years there.
And he quietly had a bad year here, I think. Didn't we have him?
No.
I thought we did. Oh, we wanted him. That's right. And we signed the other Nelson. The offensive lineman.
Worst case scenario, you can always bring back Jeff Okudah.
I would not be opposed.
Well, I am because he wouldn't even make the CB2 on this roster.
He's better.
You're out of your fucking mind. Yeah, he's better than Bildor. He's better than Jerry Jacobs.
At least two of us are better than Sutton.
Sutton was only bad because we forced him to play the one. Mosley was
true. He would be, if we got a real shutdown CB1, Cam Sutton's numbers as a CB2 would be top 15 at worst, probably top 10. He masqueraded as a legitimate CB1 when we had a pass rush, but that's any corner.
I don't want Okudah coming back. I don't want any.
I'll give him another shot. Aaron Glenn is still here.
He didn't get it with Glenn. Bye.
Because he got hurt. Because that's what he does. He gets hurt.
He really wasn't hurt last season. He missed 1 week from being hurt. He was, and then he was hurt out 2 weeks because he was sick. I have the flu. But anyway,
come on, JB. You know the truth of it all. They changed the goddamn scheme to fucking zone coverage. That's when he got fucked.
Well, yeah, and they also
primary man. He looked like a legit one.
Yeah, those first 6 weeks. Then we switched to zone while he was off the 2 weeks while he was sick. When he came back and wasn't able to practice and work his way into what we changed into in that 2 week stretch, he was lost. But you know what the worst part about it is? AO for 2 years prior to that, while Jeff Okudah was hurt, looked like a legit CB1. He lost his job in the offseason to Okudah and never mentally recovered from it.
Yep. That's all facts.
And you know what? This is exactly where you had to double-edged sword on this shit. They went to the man. A Warrior fucking loses his job to Okudah as number one because he is a Warrior was primarily a zone cover guy. So you let him fucking go. You keep Okudah there. You fuck up that guy's head. Then halfway through the season, you change back to zone and you fuck up Okudah.
That's that
that's
old.
just stupid.
You're right.
Old Lions. That's putting in guys in positions to fail.
And we did it all through this season too. Let's make James Houston cover Noah Fant, watch him fall down, roll his ankle, and go back and play special teams and break it completely.
Right.
Let's watch our drafted middle linebacker, who's only played middle linebacker since high school, play the Sam and blitz while Houston gets hurt.
That's exactly what I'm saying there, James Burgess. He is a zone guy. And the year before, when you ran only zone, he looked like a top 10 corner in the entire NFL.
And he
then you go and fuck around the system again. Like, I'm going to say this. Aaron Glenn is a fucking moron and a horrible DC, and I'm going to openly say that, and I'll take all that fucking smoke. You do not put your players in a position to fucking fail. You play to their strengths.
God, where have we heard this before there, Dom?
I don't understand why position coaches and coordinators and heads are professionals. Whatever they've been good adult life, I've watched us draft guys. I've watched us draft square pegs, trying to put them in a round hole. Kyle Van Noy.
Here's where I want to see the improvement. Oh, man, you're breaking up bad, Dom.
No.
Dom, your Wi-Fi is being spottier than usual.
Could be the basement. Could be the basement. I'm going to go upstairs.
Yep. Okay. The offense in the first quarter. Second overall for first quarter for ranking on points scored, right? 7th ranking in the second quarter. 3rd ranking in the fourth quarter. 20th in the third.
The third?
In the third quarter, yes.
Third quarter?
Yeah. Now, you want to know what's bad about that third quarter scoring? You want to hear 3 of the teams that beat us?
Is it just going to make me more upset?
Probably.
You said probably.
The Jets, Giants, and the Panthers.
Oh, my God.
That's who outscored us in the third quarter.
That's really bad.
Everybody else above that was playoff teams. So I'm okay with that. Third quarter defense. We gave up 6.9 points per quarter. Guess where that ranked in the league?
Wait, I'm confused. Say the stat again.
The defensive scoring against. In the third quarter alone, it was 6.9 points. Where did that rank in the league?
28th.
It's worse.
30?
32nd.
Oh,
Every team in the league is better at scoring
Yeah.
against in the third quarter.
See Happy Gilmore out there? Yeah, where'd he finish again? Dead last? Yeah, he had a great day. Cool, man. Send me the money. Main event Mike must be watching, or previous conversations.
Also, rest in peace, Carl Weathers, Apollo Creed.
Carl Weathers, not Apollo. So somebody posted something, and immediately I put up the Drago. If he dies, he dies. And I'm like, too soon?
Yeah, it was.
Yes.
But anyway.
But Dom,
but it's still
that's
funny.
Fucking great.
No, it's fucked up too because
fucking great though.
I didn't know it because I'm not plugged in.
Yep, Carl
I'm not plugged in. I mean, the body wasn't even cold, but that's the internet for you. No, like I saw because one of my buddies posted it, and I guess Carl Weathers he's on like the con scene, like Comic Cons and shit. So like a friend of a friend, like he was kind of upset. He's like, "Fuck, I was gonna see him and meet him and get an autograph and shit like next month."
Did you tell him to get a Ouija board?
I didn't know he was that old. I mean, he was 76. That's not that old, but like if you're not good black, 76 is kind of old. 76 is old.
76 is a right life. It's above the average lifespan of an American male, which is
right. Which is what, like 73?
72.
Cool. I don't want to live that long. Take me now.
That's how they figured out the retirement age, man. They figured out what the average age you're going to die at is, and said that's when you retire.
All I know is I read a report that you gain 5 minutes every time you masturbate. I'm immortal, bitches.
You are a lonely, lonely man.
Yes, I am, but it's funny.
Correct. It's funny.
Oh.
I said you are a lonely, lonely man.
Hey, JB, here. I got another corner for you to look at. Bryce Huff, cornerback from the Jets.
Mortal Kombat.
Hey, Miss Michigan always needs a date.
Get a yank it from Peter Griffin.
Well, we're changing your name from
In the
Smoky
city.
Jeremy B to the Immortal Jeremy B.
Okay, so I'm going to ask your guys' opinion, and then I'll give mine. Because this is something that I think has to be improved. What can the NFL do to improve this god-awful Pro Bowl and skills challenge?
Get rid of it.
Is that where you're at?
Or like your idea from the other night?
I was
All
just
pros against Super Bowl winners for big incentives.
Yeah, and you know what else you can do? Let's do away with bye weeks. Hear me out. Every other professional sport has their all-star game in the middle of the fucking season, right? With a week off before and a week off after.
That. You can't do
Oh,
that.
yes, you
You
can.
can't have a tackle football game that doesn't mean it unless you do like those other leagues and the winner, that conference gets home field advantage.
Exactly.
That shit would be out of control.
But at the same time,
like Myles Garrett would rip Jared Goff's head off and we'd all be upset.
And he'd be justified, though, on his part to do it.
Right. And here's the crazy thing. You could make it the game I said to make it. The previous year's Super Bowl champ.
Super Bowl winners against the All-Pros.
All-Pro teams made up of all 31 other teams.
We can't have nice things.
If you're not going to have it be AFC versus NFC and equal home field advantage, the only way to keep it neutral is that game.
But then they wouldn't care because nothing's at stake. I mean, pride does mean a lot. But I'd rather do that game.
I got an idea. How about this? Rookies versus stars. 5% fucking pay increase to the winning team.
Oh, wait a minute.
Take rookies and second-year guys versus established vets.
Oh, yes, Ken Fisher. I have heard that one. I love it. About the two Texans that go to hell. The devil turns up the heat, and they're just walking around like it's normal. He goes, what? It's hot like this in Texas every day.
Right.
So he turns it down so cold that hell freezes over, and they start dancing and celebrating. And he goes, what the hell's wrong with you? Cowboys must have won the Super Bowl.
I was just about to say, I'm like, was it because the Cowboys won the Super Bowl?
Yeah.
I'm taking a year off from social media if the Cowboys win a Super Bowl during my life. Because I can't.
Hey, my dad said it best. There was an interview right after Jerry Jones fired Jimmy Johnson. And he says, all I want to do is win one without him. He got his wish.
It's true. Jerry Jones also said, like, last week, like, oh, everyone's talking about the Cowboys. We're winning. If by winning, do you mean a lot of regular season games? Because, yes, you're right, Jerry. It was last year. It was probably like a year and a month ago. I was commenting in the sports arena, and they were talking about Jerry Jones, and I said something about assassination, and I immediately got a Facebook ban and then a talking to by Eric Wilson. He's like, you can't say that. I'm like, hey, I didn't know until I got banned. I don't even think I said assassinate. I said, Jerry Jones snipers, where are you?
Well, I mean, who are you talking to, Father Time? It's going to happen to in a minute.
Yeah, I know.
Oh, no. Jerry Jones is going to live to be like 230.
No, he won't.
Just so the Cowboys won't win one.
He's too flaccid to jerk it that much.
Always back to the masturbation jokes.
Hey, if that was the case, most of us would be dead tomorrow.
Hey, what the fuck is up with the brick wall back room, Leonard? Shouldn't you be like eating a mushroom and going? That reminds me of.
Doing a what?
Mario.
At the Mario Brothers.
Oh, eating a mushroom.
I shall work
I
on
thought
it.
you were talking about doing
I
shrooms.
shall work on
I
it.
was gonna say
We can do that
Oh,
too
I
if you
had
really
some.
want
I
to.
had some mushroom tea a couple weeks ago. It was
Hey,
great.
Brian, Roy, you have a blessed evening. I'm going to go a little bit further here. We're going to talk about it. DC, what do you think about Tanner Engstrom interviewing for the OC job of the Seahawks today?
Go ahead. I
That's
mean,
what I would.
OC job of the Seahawks. I mean, that's going to be a career killer. I mean, at this point, the coaching carousel has gotten so a combination of nepotism and elitist that if the coach you hire isn't bringing his entire package with you, you're going to be fucked.
Well, in
I
all
mean,
actuality, nobody brings their whole staff with them unless they come out of college.
Life is like a
well,
carousel.
I don't mean the whole staff. I mean, if you don't say like, I'm going to hire this coach and all my coordinators are coming with them, it's going to be pointless. I mean, at this point, it's become so hyper dramatic that everyone's looking for everything, and we are in the perfect combination of a complete gel throughout the entire system. And that's really not going to happen anymore. And that's what everyone's going to want when they hire anyone in the coaching carousel who comes out, which is primarily driven by, media and who you want to
The
get.
Lions currently have the longest active tenure of same head coach, same OC, same DC.
Exactly.
Or what did I say when they hired Campbell and Holmes?
That
Consistency. I'm sorry, not consistency. Continuity.
Exactly. And
I said I want to see the same people here in 5 years.
Yep. We're going on what, 4?
Right now they're at 3. Next year will be year 4.
Yeah, with limited turnover.
We've kept all 3 together for 3 years. In my lifetime,
I don't think it's happened.
Nope.
Like I said, this is the first time in my lifetime.
I was going to say head coach and OC and DC.
Yep, you'd have to go back to the 90s at best.
I will admit.
The only coach that we've had since Cocaine Wayne that lasted more than 3 years was Caldwell. Or no, Caldwell was 3 years, right?
3 years. There was Court that lasted 4 because he got a 4-year contract.
Yeah, Wayne lasted longer.
I still don't understand what Caldwell did to deserve to be fired.
Nothing.
What did he deserve to do to not be fired?
Exactly.
That's exactly it. He wasn't good. He wasn't great, but he wasn't bad. He was just
what have I said since the beginning? Not a good hire, a safe hire. Safe doesn't win titles. And he's black.
That's about it.
Just saying.
Previously, someone would have been fired or changed out. Or hired out somewhere else. The fact that Ben Johnson turned down people. AG didn't turn down a job, by the way.
He didn't get offered one.
Right. He didn't get hired.
He interviewed. You want to know why? Because he's black.
He is the new Eric Bieniemy. He's the Rooney interview. But at the same time, out of the 8 coaching hires,
Terrell Austin.
At the same time, out of the 8 coaching hires, for the first time, 5 of them have been minorities.
Yep. They're starting to crack down with the Rooney Rule. They're like, hey, you can't just keep giving fake interviews to black guys and Mexicans. You got to hire some.
But guess who did not get one interview this year?
Bieniemy?
Eric Bieniemy?
Bieniemy did not get one interview this year for a head coaching job. And I know exactly why. 17
because he's got a checkered past and he's never going to be a good head coach.
It's less to do with that checkered past. The checkered past he was cleared of. And that's all came out now. It's because he's a bad interview.
Oh yeah, I was going to say not capable of being a head coach. You'll never even bad interview. You'll never get hired.
Ken Fisher asked if I thought it was a surprise that Belichick didn't get hired. I said pretty much. If Belichick didn't go to the Chargers, he wasn't getting hired.
He he interviewed with them, right?
Yeah, but they didn't hire him.
Right.
I just said
Did he interview with the Raiders as well?
he had no. It wasn't the Raiders. It's the Falcons.
Falcons.
Right.
He had
Neither of which team.
And McKay wanted to.
That whole full control thing, it's not happening anymore. Fuck you, Bill Belichick. You're 800 years old.
Chargers gave the full control to Jim Harbaugh.
Fuck. Ghetto ass.
I'd rather give full control to Harbaugh than Belichick.
Well, yeah.
At least I'm not entirely sure that the NFL game hasn't passed Harbaugh by, whereas Belichick, I'm sure that it has.
I don't think it has. I think the problem with Bill Belichick is this. The guy is a great football mind. He's a fucking genius. His interpersonal skills are that of a fucking toddler in a temper tantrum.
Yeah.
It's a toddler throwing a temper tantrum.
You're 100% right.
Guess who is Mike McDaniel's assistant head coach and defensive coordinator? Just now.
Who?
Leslie Frazier.
Wait, in Miami?
Yeah.
Leslie Frazier was the defensive coordinator for the Bills last year.
Yeah, I know that.
From Minnesota.
Right. Oh, yeah.
He went to the Seahawks.
Who was he head coach for? I mean, was he head coach of Minnesota? Or?
He was the head coach of Minnesota, defensive coordinator for the Bills. Now he's the Seahawks.
You know, I think coordinator jobs are becoming more attractive than head coaching jobs.
Yeah, because you can get multiple coordinator jobs over your career, whereas head coaching jobs, you'll get one, maybe two.
Yep. You get a payday that isn't going to last very long. It's a retirement gig. That's what this whole coaching carousel and the drama has caused.
Happy, life is like a carousel. It goes up and down and around.
Yep.
Ken Fisher in the chat. No, Mike Vrabel did not get signed on anywhere yet.
Nope. Vrabel, Belichick are the two that did not get hired anywhere.
Wait, what was the dude's name? Fisher? I thought you said Jeff Fisher.
No, Ken Fisher.
Oh, well, because Mike Tomlin is Jeff Fisher with a ring. I was told by me.
You know what, though?
Fisher with a ring.
Even with dog shit on his team, that man has a winning record every fucking year.
Congratulations on winning regular season games.
But hear me out. That Pro Bowl idea I had, you're only extending the regular season by a week, but you're still only playing 18 games. You're giving every team 2 weeks off in the middle. You give them the week
Max
off.
Kellerman had the right idea. Because it fixes Thursday night football. You make every Thursday night game a division game, and then you get a bye after it. Or before it, I'm sorry.
That could work.
We know who the opponents are. We don't know the schedule. And that means a lot because you got to look at travel days and rest days to be able to correctly pin down what your win window is.
Oh, yeah. I mean, it's not like
he's asking me.
It's an easy fix on the surface.
Right. No. So an early prediction for the record of the Lions next year is the question.
Oh.
And I usually wait for the schedule release to see where these games fall, what games are in order.
When the bye week is.
Right, and when the bye week is.
We're still probably hitting 12-5.
I think the floor is 11-6 now.
Floor is 11-6. Yeah, I'm thinking 12-5 off the top.
I'm thinking 12-5 too.
I'm thinking there's no chance in hell we win 12 games next year. Why?
If everything improves and we improve, why not?
Oh, if everything improves, then sure.
Harder schedule, harder opponents.
Schedule.
Well, I mean,
my floor is 10, and even that would be franchise history for this team because we've never won 10-plus games back-to-back years. But my floor is 10.
My floor is
10, ceiling 12. We're not winning 13 games. We're not.
No, that's my ceiling again for a second year in a row. And we damn near did.
Could have.
Yep.
Could have also lost. Could have easily lost some games that we won. But that's why we watch. It's the NFL.
I'm in the 9 to 11 range, honestly.
Oh, I said we win 12. I said we
11
win 12,
is in the middle of 10 and
2 years
12.
ago.
11 sounds good. 11 will win the division.
Yeah.
I got 11 to 13. That's where I'm at for wins. And that's if everything goes right in the part, everything, the C part, and we end up with either Tavondre Sweat or Kool-Aid McKinstry at 29.
I'm always thinking the floor
How
is
nice-
12. I mean,
How
there
nice
ain't
would
many
it be to
people
get
that
that
can keep up with us.
I'm just saying, I always go one down for my window of wins. You can ask Dom. I do that for a reason. And I've been pretty accurate.
I think it's 10 or 11 because
it's 11 and 6, and we're going to win a game we shouldn't, and it might be 12 and 5, but I don't think we hit 13, so I went 10 to 13 last year.
Well, I mean, we won though. We started the season with a game we shouldn't have won, although that win was not that surprising. I called it as soon as I saw the schedule. I was like, oh, KC opening night on the road. Of course we're winning that game because Lions. Because Lions might almost be dead now.
Yeah, because they beat a lot of the because Lion things. They beat a whole bunch of SOL.
Yeah, we beat almost all the shitty teams. We lost to the good teams, and, that's football.
We beat a few division winners. Say what you want. We beat division winners this year, people.
Yep. We lost games we shouldn't have.
We won some games we shouldn't have.
But, I mean, hey, 14 wins.
It equals out.
I'm not going to be shocked. I would not be shocked at all. I'm not going to say, holy shit, this team should not have won 14 wins.
The best asterisk thing there is. KC win needs an asterisk because Taylor Swift wasn't a part of the team yet.
Damn right. It is crazy. This Super Bowl is going to suck. It's going to be a fucking Taylor Swift video.
I think it'll be a good game.
No, it's going to be a fucking Taylor Swift video. They're going to show more Taylor Swift than they will Patrick Mahomes. Guarantee goddamn to you.
Good. No, time out. In the 15 fucking weeks that she's been involved in it, she's been on the screen for under 3 fucking minutes.
So you're defending it. Because I was just about to say that the defenders of it are like, oh, she's only. But you know what? Every time Travis Kelce is mentioned,
it's the fans that are making a thing about it.
No, I don't want to see.
Here's
no one gives a fuck about Taylor Swift. Go ahead, Jeremy.
But you're right. It's not the 28 seconds she's been on screen. It's the 18 times we got to hear her name when they're gobbling about her through the announcers. It's the 90-second video of her movie trailer you see 4 times a fucking game, whether it's a Kansas City game or not.
Like like if we're talking about spouses or girlfriends of Kansas City Chiefs starters, tell me you could even vaguely describe what any other than Mahomes and Kelce, obviously, I like give them equal screen time. Like, oh, here's fucking Isaiah Pacheco's girlfriend and his baby mama. You know what I mean?
Why?
However, there's a reason. Since the Kelce Swift thing has become a thing, the NFL made an extra $300 million. Exactly. And now you've got dads watching football with their daughters that are Taylor Swift fans. And that part, can't even lie,
money.
It's kind of heartwarming.
No, it's cheap money.
And the NFL's greedy. Fuck yeah, they're going to put plaster Taylor Swift all over the screen because when daughter's walking by, she's like, oh my God, it's Taylor Swift.
And that's why someone should put Travis Kelce out, a.k.a. Baltimore Ravens should have. So then, if she wants to be in a booth, she could sit next to Travis Kelce when he's injured. And then see what that does.
Yeah, I'm not going to injury on any player.
Yeah, that's always been my thing.
Except
for Tom Brady. I've wished injury on Tom Brady since Tom Brady. But he's the only one.
Is they still had a good year the year he was hurt.
Made the playoffs, didn't they?
Matt
with
Shaw.
Matt Castle.
Or Matt Castle, yeah. I knew it was one of the Matts.
Matt Cassell. Yep. He wasn't bad. He made a lot of money because of that year.
Yep.
Yeah, Kansas City.
I mean,
overpaid a lot.
he didn't make Matt Flynn money
No.
off the Lions.
Matt
If you're watching
Flynn.
Matt Flynn, you're welcome.
Wait, is that the guy who went to Atlanta? No, Castle's the guy who went to Atlanta, wasn't he?
Maybe eventually. Matt Flynn went to Seattle. Seattle gave him all that money, right?
Seattle and Green. He was in Seattle. He was in Green Bay.
He was a
He was
Raider.
first round fucking. He was a third round pick, right?
I think so. He got the big money from Seattle. And
He got
then,
he got the bag twice. He got cut twice.
yeah, I was going to say, after year one of that big money deal, he got cut in the preseason.
Fuck him anyway.
That's
Well,
fine.
we've been here talking for an hour and an hour, just bullshitting about the Lions when we're not even in the playoffs. Can you imagine what it would have been like if we were in the Super Bowl and we were having this?
Dude, I'd be bouncing off the walls. right
I'd
now.
be on the floor convulsing.
And we were close. We were 1/3 quarter away from winning. That's all I got to say.
No shit. If we, can you imagine if we fixed the fucking third quarter?
Lions lost
Third
I've
quarter was
ever
our
seen.
third quarter was our Achilles heel all fucking year.
Last 2 seasons.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Chris Peterson said LOL.
Actually, it goes back further than that. Generally.
Hey, Dom, when are you getting a Taylor Swift jersey?
Ouch.
You know what? I'll plunk down that $33 just to light it on fire and put out the flames with my urine. Actually, I would shit on it.
Can I ask you a real question from all you? What is all the hate about it though? Like, nothing bad has come from this shit.
Because
No,
he
anything
was,
is good
I
for the
don't
league.
give a fuck about players'
Stop.
girlfriends. I
Yeah.
don't care who they are.
Uh,
And you know what? I
Yeah,
was
that's
annoyed
such a
going all the
girlfriend.
way back to Jessica Simpson dating Tony Romo. It didn't
Yeah.
last as long because it's the Cowboys, so it was the regular season in 1 week because Cowboys. Jessica
Yeah,
Simpson, I would actually fuck. Taylor Swift, I would not, because I'd be like, are you a 14-year-old boy? Because that's the body that you have.
hey, if Travis
Don, you
Kelce
would
was
fuck
dating
Taylor Swift
Jordan
because she's
Jett,
worth $3 billion.
more power to him.
Now, guys, let's not talk over everybody. Please, DC, go ahead.
I said if Travis Kelce was dating Joan Jett, I'd be a Chiefs fan because Joan Jett's a better fucking musician than Taylor Swift will ever be.
If I had to fuck Taylor Swift so that I could rob her, yes, I would fuck Taylor Swift.
Yeah, I'd have to rob her afterwards. Yes.
DC.
I would
You
actually
say
be
Joe
like,
Jett's
hey,
a better
I'm
musician,
just
but
here to rob you, and I don't really
lie.
want to have sex with you. So can you just cut me a deal, and we'll just, we'll stay friends on this.
Fair
You
enough.
can write a song about me
thing
if you
is-
have to. Actually, write a song about me.
She's the
Mention
most
me
famous
by
person in
name.
the world.
Wait, what'd you say, Leonard?
She's the most famous person in the entire world.
What does that say for the
If
entire
anything, it's
world?
good for the sport.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
People like
$300
your music.
million in additional revenue. And we know how greedy the NFL is.
Anyways, so we're going to get to this. It is our favorite day of the week. It's Friday. And we're going to talk about FTP. No, it's not the Florist. Who is it?
Fuck the Packers.
Fuck
You
the
got it.
Packers. Oh, and fuck the Packers.
Yeah, if I didn't have to hear Taylor Swift's name every time they announce that the Chiefs are playing in the next game or they played in the game before, you hear her name from announcers not even in the Chiefs games. That's what made it monotonous. And every time they advertised that the Chiefs was going to play a primetime game, they had to show at least 3 little cameos of Taylor Swift during the video.
I've actually heard less mentions of Taylor Swift than I have that Matt Stafford was Clayton Kershaw's catcher in high school.
Yep.
Because they would say that shit. It didn't even have to be a Lions game or a Dodgers game. Just someone randomly, like the third and not the sideline guy, would be like, Did you know that Matt Stafford was Clayton Kershaw's catcher in high school?
NFL doesn't need to stoop to that shit.
It's making them money,
Great
and they're so
marketing.
greedy.
There we
I
go.
don't.
Great marketing and bringing new fans.
Yeah,
The NFL has no integrity and an integrity problem.
KFC's new menu item. You want to read it for me, Leonard? I forgot my glasses.
Oh yeah, no breast and no ass.
two legs, 2 bony thighs, and a left wing.
Taylor Swift special, 2 bony legs, 2 bony thighs, and a left wing. Hey, man,
Yeah,
it might,
no breast, no thigh.
Best joke I told all season is that Travis Kelce's regular season play was almost as flat as his girlfriend.
Yep.
not when she was in attendance. The games that she wasn't there, he averaged 44 yards a game. The games she was there, he averaged 97.
I've got $50 that says her pussy stinks. Give me a chance to rob her, and I'll prove it.
I'd say
Fucking
she has
dumb.
the worst ways in the fucking planet. I mean, that bitch cannot fuck with us.
Sorry,
You could just
at this
tell
point,
by-
the squad speaks for me.
I'm going to the Czech Republic and get 20 better lays than her in a minute.
Maybe, man. But
That-
you know what? Body,
Honestly,
that's
that's
she
my
must
thing
suck
about
a
her.
mean dick.
Like, if she was hot, I wouldn't mind it. She's not hot. She's not even cute.
Exactly.
Like, I like pale chicks. She's got pale going for her. But, like, her face is shaped weird. She's got no body.
If it
her
was
music
Katy
isn't
Perry,
good
I'd be
either.
all over it. Yeah, that's the worst thing. Her music sucks. Like I said, if it was Joan Jett, I'd be like, go Travis Kelce.
I
You're now
actually
my new
did,
favorite
like,
player.
last week, I heard a Taylor Swift song on the radio, and I kind of liked it.
Oh,
But I
God.
didn't know it was her. When I found out it was her, I'm like, nah, no, it can't be that good.
Yeah, see, exactly, Dom.
But
It's
that's
just
the
a
thing.
fucking
Like,
bias.
from 1950 until like 2010, I love pop music. Love pop music. I can't
Did
get
you
down
say
with
from
Taylor Swift.
1950?
From
I love
1950, Motown.
guys. Okay.
God
San
damn you.
Francisco. San Francisco's defensive line in the first half against the Lions reminded me of the U.S. border. It was wide open.
Ouch.
Okay, that's about as political a joke as I want to hear about sports. I really don't like the political side of things. I don't go left. I don't go right. I try to go towards the middle.
I could do one up.
Nope, that's okay. I don't want
I've-
a joke.
I've been purposely uninvolved and uninformed in politics for most of my adult life. I don't care.
You know, because I have my own personal opinion, and it started back in 1914 when Congress decided to pass the bill that the Senate.
Oh, when you were like 20?
Yeah, he's right, Don. When I was 20, the left wing and the right wing got together and wrote the personal income tax law into being, which was that way of doing this to the American public. It was also the same time that Congress and the Senate quit working per diem, and how they got paid was by each vote they cast to pass a law.
Well,
That
it was also
salary.
if you skip just less than a decade ahead, what is now known as the DEA, formerly known as the FBN, Federal Bureau of Narcotics, once prohibition got repealed, their budget got cut by 60%. They were about to shut. There would be no DEA if it wasn't for the FBN attacking marijuana to justify their budget. It's marijuana. Like, is it a drug? Yes, it is. It is a mind and mood altering substance, but it's not addictive. No one's ever died from marijuana overdose.
No.
But alcohol and tobacco are legal.
Score and 7 years ago.
As I drink my drink and
Alcohol-
hit my vape.
Dom, alcohol and tobacco are legal because they're easier to tax.
And
Exactly.
they're slow killers.
That
Well,
being
you know,
said, let's
Like
time
I
to get
said,
over.
as I drink my drink and hit my vape.
if we were to annex Colombia, there would be a lot of problems solved.
They should have made all of the United States Needle Park when
That
Sweden
was
did.
funny. That was
Just
funny.
legalize
I wanna hear
everything.
That's fine. I just don't want to go political anymore. I want to end the show. I want to talk about my sponsor.
it. Okay.
God damn it. Gloss de Grand, the best window tinner in the city of Saginaw and also in the Tri-Cities. Give them a call to schedule your appointment. 989-443-9240. Give him a call. Tell him Smoke and Jeremy B sent you. He also does a great job at detailing vehicles. He has the nice little Audi he did here, and also this 300 C-Class. And to the Detroit Lions and the other 29 teams sitting at home, I have to say one thing to all of us, because it doesn't matter. Yoda thinks it too. You're not in the Super Bowl, so much better. I sent in you. Cry like bitch you should.
We made it further than what, 28 other teams?
Yep. We got nothing to be ashamed of.
No, I'm not ashamed. I'm just saying we're not in the Super Bowl. We can cry and whine about that game and what went wrong and what went right. We can blame the coach if you want.
We were there.
We were there.
We'll be there again.
We've been in 32 years, and that's something to be proud of. And for the first time, we can say the Lions played 20 games in one season.
Right.
Yep. We're there and we'll be there again.
Well, let's not get ahead of it. Let's just get that 10th win next year, and then we can talk about where we're getting.
We'll be fine.
I think so too. So we are trading Jared Goff, is what you're saying.
So what? We are?
His value's never been higher.
Exactly. But you know what? I'm going to put it to you this way. If Hendon Hooker looks like he's ready to take over, I don't know what they do with Goff. I don't think we're going to do the extension right away. I think we might
for the memories.
I think we might just let him play out the year, let Hendon develop another year, and then let him walk off into the sunset to his next big contract
with a ring.
And I think that is the best thing for the cap room of this
How
team.
fucked up would that be?
Together,
we win a Super Bowl and let him walk. Like, now we're good.
No, if he wins the Super Bowl, I guarantee you he's getting a lifetime Lion contract.
If he gets the Super Bowl, I'll hand it to him. I'll sign it in my own blood.
I'm
semen.
saying I think that's what might happen. Because if we make it all the way and go all the way and win, they can't get rid of him.
Like I said, signed in my own blood and semen.
But if he does the same thing again, gets us to the big dance and fails.
That's why you got traded the last time, homie. And we don't even have, I mean, it sucks to let him walk, but if we're right there and it's a Jared, that's the thing though. When the Rams lost that Super Bowl, it wasn't a Jared Goff thing. It was a hurt Todd Gurley thing.
It was a hurt Todd Gurley. It was Brandon Cook down passes. It was
a Sean McVay
Grady. Jesus Christ. It was Grady. God, I can't even say the name right. Everett, the tight end. Gerald Everett. He dropped a pass that would have been a touchdown. Josh Reynolds dropped a touchdown in the end zone. So that's 4 touchdowns. The final score was 10-3.
Oh, so this isn't a new problem with Josh Reynolds, is what you're saying.
Right.
Why did our most clutch player decide to have the worst game of his career in the biggest spot of the year?
And it didn't bother me that he had the worst
spot.
spot.
It on himself.
The worst thing was him getting up and smiling as he walked.
Yeah. I didn't see that. Otherwise, I probably would have punched my TV.
He smiled every time he got up and walked to the sideline after a big drop. And that is what drove me the biggest batshit crazy.
I think he was on the take. What was that dude? There's a 30 for 30 about it. He was like he was a drug addict, white dude from Boston. He made the pros. He played for Boston College, I want to say, or maybe Rutgers, point shaving. You know who I'm talking about.
Isn't he the one that ended up being a ref that got caught for the point shaving too?
Yeah. It was in the midnight Chris something. I can't remember.
He was caught, in the late 80s, early 90s for the point shaving as a ref. Yeah, that guy.
Different guy. No, not Tim Donaghy.
Oh, yeah, okay. I was thinking Donaghy.
Fuck that guy.
Oh, the Rams got Belichick. It happens. McVay did not want to admit it. It had nothing to do with Belichick. It was 4 drop touchdown passes that lost that game. If Jared Goff,
Henry
if
Hill?
you look in that 2018 Rams versus New England or whatever it was,
Yep.
or 19 or whatever, I don't even care anymore. But Goff did not lose that game. When a wide receiver gets hit in the hands, his one job other than running to the ball is catch the ball.
No, like any of them sat there and leaped over with the ball up to make a highlight reel touchdown and got it knocked out to be a fumble. Zay Flowers, but you know
It was funny.
that I was so pissed. Once that happened, I was like, "This game's over."
No, I knew,
They went in
I
that.
knew it was over as soon as I saw the replay. I was like, "Ooh, he's a half yard short when it got punched out."
Yep, I knew that. I was like, "Okay, it's over." Lions versus Chiefs. Well, then that got fucked. But you know,
And you know what? By the logos, as soon as Baltimore got knocked out, the only colors that made sense anymore was Lions versus Chiefs because red and blue makes purple.
I'm actually kind. I don't know what I would do if my two teams were playing in the Super Bowl. That would have sucked.
Now next year's colors have already been released, and it's blue and gold.
Who the fuck is gold?
Well, it's
The
like a yellow
Saints?
gold.
The Rams.
Gold. So
Blue is
no,
us.
Steelers?
the blue is like a Honolulu blue.
There's no gold in the
Yellowish
AFC.
San Diego or LA Chargers.
Oh yeah.
Chargers, they have the yellow. Steelers have the yellow.
Yep.
Yeah.
Jacksonville has a little bit of gold. They had the Grey Poupons.
Yeah,
The
no.
Grey Poupons.
It'd be Chargers or Steelers. It'd be Chargers or Steelers. That's the only two that would make sense with the yellowish gold.
I would hate to see the Ravens versus the Lions.
You and me both.
What?
I would have hated to see the Ravens versus Lions in the Super Bowl.
Yeah, because yeah. We just made Brock Purdy look like white Michael Vick.
Yep. I think we beat the Ravens though.
There was some.
And
Who was it?
Harbaugh.
Someone already got dubbed White Mike. Who was it? It was some backup that started.
No, it was Daniel Jones.
Oh, yep. White
Vanilla
Mike.
Vic.
That's what it
Vanilla
was. Yep.
Vic. Ouch.
That's your quarterback.
Man,
Thanks for fucking up the salary floor. Now we have to give Goff $40 million because you gave $40 million to fucking Daniel Jones.
Oh, we have to.
Basketball school.
Good. No, good. Fuck you for Kenny Galladay. You get what you get with Goff.
Okay, that's fair.
No. Our GM didn't force your GM to sign him.
Yes, he did. He bamboozled him.
He had that Joe Dumars, the trade talisman.
He probably
You go to dinner with Joe Dumars, you wake up with no pants. Go to dinner with Joe Dumars, you wake up with no pants, no wallet, and -1 Rasheed Wallace.
Ooh, damn. Hey, what happened to that cool Italian quarterback that was kicking ass for a while?
DeVito?
DeVito, yeah.
DeVito?
He's going to be the starter next year.
No, he's not. Fucking, they already said. They said this.
Dan, James Burgess says the answer for you. Galladay was a voluntary fuck up.
No, you fucking sons of bitches wouldn't give him the money he wanted. That's what happened.
No.
You fucking.
I wanted to just do it, but
Rob Quinn tried to re-sign him before the Thanksgiving game. He turned down the same amount of money from Detroit.
we beat Jacksonville, and then like in the post game, well, I mean, Galladay caught it wasn't a touchdown, but it was like a game clinching like first down. He did this.
No, it was the touchdown, and he looked at the camera, did this, and he took his mouthpiece off and he mouthed the words.
Yeah,
"That
this
shit
is going to cost you. Not going to cost us. It costed the Giants. It turned out.
Hey,
Hey,
all
don't forget, Leonard. A, I have your address. B, I have a Kenny Galladay jersey that I don't wear anymore. So when you get a package with no return address,
Dom, I'm pretty sure I can get your address, and I wouldn't mind coming out there and taking shit on your front porch.
hey, watch last week's episode of the Gauntlet. I gave the whole thing, zip and everything. Oh, it was addressed to Cam Newton.
he needs to refund about 8 teams about $6 million.
He fucking hates Cam Newton.
I do too. It's Scam Newton. He's been scamming a check ever since he hurt his back.
I hate him because if he would have dedicated any time to making himself a better quarterback, he would be the best quarterback of all time. All you had to do was fix your accuracy.
Barkley will be a free agent, and if he goes to the Chargers, that would be good, seeing how Austin Eckler is almost more injury prone than he is now.
Yeah, he's on his last Nostradamus of running back injuries. Although I lost money on Christian McCaffrey. One of my side bets with Monkey Joe was that by week 10, McCaffrey would be hurt, and he wasn't. First time I've been wrong about a running back injury in like 5 years.
McCaffrey has been a badass this year. I'll give you that.
He's like, you can have him.
Dude, 100%. I don't want to give a guy $13 million at running back.
It's the only reason I still don't love the Jahmyr Gibbs pick.
Why?
Because why spend a first-round pick on a guy that either is going to play one contract or he gets a second contract and he gets overpaid? Unless he signs a hometown discount deal.
If the team is successful and relevant the entire time, I think if the success of winning keeps happening, if we're constantly winning 10-plus games a year and going...
Yeah, then I can't bitch about whoever they draft.
Right. Who gives two shits? You replace him with the next one and let him walk.
That's fair.
Exactly. Because you know what? At that point,
well, I'll take a first-round running back if he's going to have almost 1,000 yards.
Exactly. And with the fucking running back there, you know what? In that first 4 or 5 years, you're going to get the shit beat out of that guy. So let that guy go off and get his bag on the next contract.
Yeah, use him up.
Because guess what? He ain't got much longer after.
Yeah, if he...
They don't make Adrian Peterson anymore.
Jeremy kind of put it in perspective. If he puts out first-round running back output for however long you have him, and then, you just use him up and then fucking put him by the curb on garbage day.
If Gibbs is a game-changing player for 4 or 5 years, worth it 100%.
That's a goal. You draft a running back,
and that's the thing. Like,
years.
Already having Monty and then drafting him, it extends both of their shelf lives while they're Lions. Once they're not, I don't care. They can fuck off and die.
You know what's funny is we signed Monty and we knew he was good and better than Williams, but we signed him at first-round rookie contract price.
Yeah.
Yep. I was still about the steal of it free agency this year.
McCaffrey's different.
That shit came out of nowhere. Like, it popped up on 4 different apps, and I was like, Montgomery? I'm like, oh, he's good. Because I already knew he was his last year as a Bear. He had the most broken tackles in the NFL because he had to break 6 of them to not have a run for a loss.
Exactly. I thought
put him behind our O-line. What did I see him do every time? 5 yards, fall forward.
And it was funny when we were rumored to be interested in Gibbs, and we first heard about it. I think it was a week before the draft when we talked about it, Dom.
Mm-hmm.
And right after we found out we were interested in it, there was a report. Who was that by? Todd McShay that he wrote up saying Gibbs is liked by 15 GMs better than Bijan Robinson.
The only reason Bijan had better numbers because they force-fed him the ball. And they started throwing to him earlier than we did with Gibbs.
Well, Quinn Ewers wasn't a starter at Texas yet, so they kind of had to force Bijan the ball to win games.
Right. No, I'm saying after Atlanta drafted him, they force-fed him the ball.
Go back, though, look at it fucking behind in college, though, in Texas there. Rashawn Johnson had
He was a
yards,
fucking
too.
monster.
Remember Sean Johnson?
If he was the starter, he had better.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, we all knew about we wanted Roshan in like the third or fourth round because no one thought we were taking Gibbs after we signed Monty. But it makes sense. It fits the offense.
And he's a faster outside version than what Swift was.
Right.
He is. What James Burgess said right over here, the whole point of grabbing freak running backs early is exactly the fact that you can't find them after first contract anyway. Get the freaks, let them go. What do you mean finding them after the first contract?
Sign them.
Nine times out of 10, after their first contract, they're never that freak anymore.
Right.
Exactly.
They're beat up after 4 to 5 years.
Yeah, I mean the shelf life of a running back is 3 to 5 years.
Yeah, but now what he's saying about grabbing them early, you could find freak running backs all throughout the draft.
Can just
Isaiah Pacheco's what, a 6th round, 5th round pick?
You
or
could
something
draft
like that?
any one of us or sign anyone behind that O line. Anyone's going to look good. Good will look great. Great will look Hall of Fame. Fuck the Cowboys line in the 90s. Put Barry behind this line right now. He's ready to suit up.
Whoa, man. Whoa.
Barry would probably get 1,000
What
yards.
the fuck you get crazy, Dom? The Lions line is good, but that Dallas line is probably the greatest assembled.
Yeah, it's the greatest like 5 to 6 year run of any O line in football history.
Because they were the first all 300-pound offensive line.
Trade Pacheco for Gibbs right now.
No.
Out of your goddamn mind.
Right. Pacheco is good. Gibbs is excellent. That's a great point right there. That's when people say, "Oh, this person's been doing good and this person's been doing good," there's a difference. Pacheco finally, I think it was week 10, I finally seen him start moving right hand, left leg.
Now imagine if, and I wouldn't want it this way, but imagine we never signed Monty and Gibbs is the starter from day one. He would have had 1,500 yards.
I don't know if he stayed healthy the whole season, though.
Exactly.
That's why you get 2 guys in your run-based offense.
Running back by committee by design.
Exactly.
But
Craig Reynolds looked pretty good on that goal line carry. Coming in cold, heading at a carry in 8 weeks.
You asked me prior to the season what I thought, and I was almost spot on. I said Monty will have around 1,000 yards, and Gibbs would have 750 plus.
Yep.
I said I think we end up with 2,000 yards rushing, and that's right where we are for the regular season. Monty had 1,100. Gibbs had 900.
Yep.
I mean,
JB,
this was the best running back tandem in Lions.
Better run for 2,000 yards by that goddamn line.
Let me ask this to all you guys here.
Breakdown. Go ahead.
Okay, if you had to take one running back here, it's Pacheco and Gibbs, and it's only one running back, no running back by committee. Who are you taking to actually last year's season?
Gibbs.
I'm still taking Gibbs.
Gibbs.
I don't know. I'm taking Gibbs, I think, though, still. Not for Homer reasons. He's better.
Yep.
Pacheco could take a bigger beating, though. That's the thing. That's where I'm going with that. He gets hit and just keeps going. He gets stronger as the game goes. And I think he likes to get hit on it.
It's time for me to say my famous line because I'm ready to get off here and do what my nickname says. Try every day to be a better person than you were the day before. The only way to make the world a better place. Tune in Monday when we might actually have some real Lions news to break for you at 10 a.m. Oh, wait, no, Monday. We start at 11 because they moved their show to 3 p.m. So it'll be 11 a.m. that we go live now. And it's staying the name Lions Talk until we come up with something better because Pat Caputo in 97 won the ticket trademark busting balls with Pat Caputo.
I told you.
Caputo could suck one. He could suck and break some balls.
His first show was this week, so it wasn't an I told you thing. It just happened.
No, Bustin' Balls is that's John Jansen and TJ Lang.
Nope.
Oh, it's Caputo?
Caputo.
It's even worse.
Okay.
No, I've been hearing about Bustin' Balls for 6 months. I promise you.
They didn't have it out yet. Is what I'm saying. You've been hearing about it. It's a new show that he's doing about talking about the Tigers.
Oh.
No.
Fuck Pat Caputo if you're listening.
Waste of
He
a
banned
day.
me from his show for like 3 years.
And then somebody said, wait, he can't do that. We had the name on our website 3 weeks ago. I said, that's not a trademark.
Right.
So for right now, it'll remain Lions Talk, but I'm going to come up with something more neutral because we're eventually going to have one day a week where Leonard gets to talk about his Giants.
Just change the S to a Z.
Ouch.
I'm serious.
On the
Might
Buffalo.
He has the trademark for balls with an S.
Oh,
Not
not
a Z.
Giants.
He's got a trademark for balls in his fucking mouth.
Or call it FPC. Fuck Pat Caputo.
All right, guys. Have a great night. Hope to see you next time.
Yep. Spay and neuter your pets.
Fuck the
Maybe
guy.
you're